What's going on, guys? We have a Volkswagen Jetta here. This Jetta came from another shop. They got it had the diesel engine, the TDI engine that it had in it had some issues. This is a junkyard TDI engine that they put in there. This vehicle happens to be a 2013. And one of the characteristics of the issue that we're having is they said the vehicle won't start. Well, it does start. That's not the problem. The problem is it starts and dies. So here we go. Starts and then dies. And then when you go to the computer, let's hook up our Phoenix. From top done. What I did before is I looked up the programmability status, the transponder ID of the first key. We can do third key, second key, fourth key, just to make sure we're putting all the keys in there. Number of programming attempts, number of parameterization attempts, and number of successful programming attempts. And then I went to OK. And then I could go in here and see it says programmable status, nothing. Transponder ID number 1, nothing. Number 3, nothing. Number 4, nothing. There's nothing in here for the transponder ID at all. It's not even recognizing this key. So this key is no longer activating the system, the security system, saying, hey, it's clear, this guy is good to drive this car. So when we go here, check the key, no buttons, no nothing, no lock. Again, start it up, starts up, and then dies immediately. And then it sets a code in the computer. It says no DTCs, but there is. Let's see here. It sets a P1570 code, ECM disabled. ECM disables as soon as you try to start it up because it cannot detect that you have a key that's programmed to this vehicle trying to start it. So it basically thinks somebody's trying to steal it and just disables the ECM immediately until the next key cycle and does the same thing over and over and over again. We're going to have to get a locksmith to come out here. There's no other codes in the system that would indicate anything other than this key is not programmed to it. And whenever you go to the immobilizer stuff, let's see. Let's go to, we were on system topology right here. It tells you all the modules online. And then let's go over to system list. And then look down at, did I miss it already? Anti-theft immobilizer. Or communicating with it. You can actually see code workshop 00000 all the way across. And then long coding 00000 all the way across. I'd never seen those with all those zeros like that unless somebody has erased the system or it's in some kind of theft deterrent, anyway. So I just hit OK and then go back to so we went back into the immobilizer and went to transponder ID of current key. It doesn't even recognize this key. So unfortunately we're at a point now where we have to get a locksmith out here to program this, or this has to be towed to Volkswagen. I don't have the programming capability for these keys, and I don't have an online access. And there are some people that said there are different methods, like I called Cody from Cody's Auto Diagnostics, and I called Check Engine Chuck, and they both basically said the same thing. Turn the key off, take the battery cables off of the battery and touch them together for 10 minutes so all the capacitors dissipate in the system. I did that. Put the cables back on and then try to restart the vehicle. That did not clear the P1570 code, obviously, because it's a transponder issue. It's a key issue. It's not a logic overload issue. And then Cody and Chuck both said, put a battery tender on it, put it at like 13.8, 13.9 volts. Let it sit there and maintain the vehicle. Turn the key on and leave the key on for an hour or more, and then try to restart it. Well, I did that for an hour, it didn't work. I did it for 2 hours, it didn't work. I did it for 3 hours, it didn't work. It just flat out is not getting any kind of transponder input at all. So I'm going to try to get a locksmith out here to program this, and or get a hold of the customer and see if they got a second key I might be able to use. So the other shop that put this diesel engine in this thing, they could have basic diagnostics. I don't understand what happened, but it's here, and I'm trying to fix it.